experiences. Now here's your host, Sergio, the rest.
Hey, hi everybody, welcome to The Rest Show. Today we gonna be listening to Russell Brand and Tucker Carlson on Christianity. Yes. Here we go. Yes, today we're gonna be listening to Russell Brand and Tucker Carlson on Christianity. Those two individuals, if you don't know them, they're very popular in the media. You know, Russell Brand was an ex-actor, now converted to Christianity. It's about 6 months. He has been baptized, and now he's a big advocate of Christianity, but not only in the walk with God, but in the prophecy of, everything that has to do with prophecy. He understands the spiritual warfare. And Tucker Carlson too talks about that. So without any further ado, let's see what they have to say.
Our conversations in private, we've talked a lot about Jesus and we've prayed together. And since I've been baptized, since being chosen, since coming to faith, I've noticed that I find it harder and harder to engage in anything else. I've had so many obsessions, so many compulsions in my life. I wonder how you are dealing with what appears to be a comparable transition. It certainly seems that something has changed in you lately. I've been watching your tour a lot, the way you talk about Jesus, and even our conversations. You were reading the Bible, I figure, when you go, so I'm reading it for the first time, and I just wondered if you could tell us about that transformation.
Well, I mean, it was not intentional at all. And I should just say at the outset, I know nothing about theology, and I don't think I'm ever going to learn. There's something about it that bothers me. I just want to go with where I'm led. And so I didn't set out to read the Bible or become more religious or anything like that. I just felt this internal pull in that direction, and I followed it. And that's where I remain to this day. But I will say this. You can't understand what's happening in the world right now in political or secular terms because it doesn't make sense at all. I still don't understand a lot of it, but I know for a fact that the only framework that makes any sense is a spiritual one. So,
like he said, is the spiritual one. That's why we gotta understand that in the times that we're are right now, it's very crucial to understand that Christianity, yes, wants to lend a hand to the ones who don't understand about, what do we have to do here on earth? What are our tasks? What's our purpose? Once we understand that we are drawn with the fleshly desires of this world, of the desires of God. We have to choose. God always gonna leave us a choice. And if we choose to have it our way with our understanding, we're not gonna be choosing the right things, and we're not gonna be able to understand the times that we are in. But through the Bible, through the revelation, through the prophecies, we can understand more about the Bible. So let's not waste any more time, and let's go check a little bit further up in that video about the fact that yes, we're not dealing not just about worldly things, but something more than that. The new world order that wants to build himself in this time, this age, this time that we're living in. Let's check this out for Russell Brand.
You're alluding to, because now globalism and sort of centralized politics is about the kind of capture of the spiritual space that
course.
Christianity, of course, lays claim to. The in a sense, the globalism is a totalitarian project that uses the idea of the sort of materialist ideas about individual freedom extraordinarily to legitimize further and further centralized authoritarian control.
And it's, I mean, you can you know that it's an evil project. It's a spiritually evil project because it's anti-God and therefore it's anti-people. People are created in the image of God, and so Christians are commanded to love other people very explicitly. I mean, Paul goes on this whole rant, which is quoted in weddings in the United States, I don't know, Great Britain, but famously 1 Corinthians 13, love is the most important thing. But if you read the context to it, he's basically saying to the church, you may have all these great gifts, these extraordinary gifts to speak unknown languages and perform miracles. None of that means anything unless you love the people around you.
Amen.
That's the context of that passage. That's the duty of every Christian, because people, your fellow people, are created in God's image. So if you see a program whose whole point is to oppress and destroy and kill people, then you know that's the mirror image of Christianity, and that's what we're looking at right now. I mean, this is not a political program at all. War for its own sake. What? And one of the amazing and super cool things that I'm noticing is that people in the United States, I can only speak to American politics on the right, which is where I'm from, but they're reassessing a lot of their previous assumptions, which were really evil. One was, a lot of them were violence worshipers.
Yeah.
And two, including me. And two, a lot of them were money worshipers, including me.
Wow.
And that's bad. That's just bad. That doesn't make you happy. You wind up hurting other people. There's just this incredible realignment of politics into two camps, each one standing for the mirror image of the other, whether they know it or not.
Let's stop right there and let's try to get you a better, clearer thing, a better, clearer view, a better, clearer understanding of what he means about violence and money. Because people that wants power, that wants to change the world, wants to use money to influence certain way of doing. In that process, they are willing to say, for a greater cause of the humanity, 4 billion people are gonna die. Like, see how evil this thought is? If those people were dead, things would be much better. And this is why the spiritual like people with noble thoughts, worldly thoughts, are gonna say we gotta get rid of those Christians. That's why we're gonna be persecuting in the future, because they gotta say the Christians are in the way. Which way? Because we wanna do God's will. We want what's right. We wanna protect the weak, the people that are the vulnerable. Is that why we're gonna get persecuted? Because we don't want to go with your agenda, that worldly agenda. And this is our battle. And let's finish, let's continue with that, chapter 13 of 1 of Corinthians, the verse 4, which says this: love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. It's not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. This is what we need to understand. As Christians, this has gotta be our way, our logo. Even though we would like to transform the world in our own thinking, but we gotta say, no, your way is God. We gotta be patient. We're not gonna be boasting on anything else but your truth. We cannot rejoice on wrongdoing. Everything that's been doing wrong, we cannot do the same thing. We cannot pay an evil for an evil. And this is our biggest task, to be patient, to rejoice, to believe all things, hope all things, and endure all things in the name of Jesus. Because the truth will set us free, and love is the only way to do it. To love one another, to love our neighbors as ourselves, and to love God beyond all things. And this is what is going to give us freedom. It's going to be giving us the capacity to say, God, your ways are not my ways. May your Spirit lead me to understand all the prophecies of the Bible, to understand the times that we're in, and what we must do to endure till the end, to keep the faith, to keep on loving people, to keep on praying for the people that does us wrong, and to, hear those voices that I'm now introducing to you, and to understand that those voices are the voices of alarming, voices of the trumpets that is telling you, people that don't believe in the Lord, that yes, He is real, and there is a spiritual aspect on it. And if we don't understand that, we're just gonna pretend that Christianity is just another religion, that if you do good, you'll go to heaven. No, there is more than that, and that's my task in this program, to make you draw near to God, to understand that God has a purpose for for every one of us, and we must reach for salvation. We must say, Lord, have your way in me, and do your will, and I want to go in your path, the path of righteousness and truth. All right, I'll let you go with that. Be blessed, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.